Hi, my name is Josh, Evilsizor, and today I'm going to show you how to make a Google Doc annotated bibliography that works for you. So keep watching. If you need an annotated bibliography format that works for you, and having an operationalized and hyper-organized bibliography interests you, and you'd like to create this operationalized and organized annotated bibliography in Google Docs. If so, here we go. All right, so roadmap first, then demo. We're going to create an annotated bibliography, and we're going to combine it with our reading notes. Combining our notes with our annotations is what operationalizes our annotated bibliography. Using the Google Docs outline feature supercharges the organizational layout and functionality. And if you're not familiar using Google Docs outline or voice typing features, I would kindly ask you to check out videos 62 to 63 in the description down below. These are key to making this setup work. All right, demo, engage. So here we go. Again, Control Tab, moving across the top of my browsers there, or Command Tab if you're on a Mac. All right, so the first one here is an actually submitted annotated bibliography. So I'm just going to show you what may already look familiar to you. The citation is first, and I'll highlight this here. And then we have the annotation, which is right here, which is a summary of what I read, all the important stuff drawn out for the reader. Really so that I can go back later and identify those readings that I took notes from or that I read that I can use for my research paper. All this should be familiar to you. Here's where we change things up a little bit. So here is same format. You see here the citation is ready to receive citation information, and the annotation right here ready to receive annotation information. I'm going to add a few categories here to our template. And when I say template, I'm going to create a template that can be copy pasted over and over again so that as we gain new sources, we replace that template with actual information. All right, so what's the first thing that I add? Source template. So this is just the name of the template. I made it all one word, so when I double click it, it highlights the entire thing at once. Then I can replace it with the name of the source or the article that I'm using. All right, what do I add next? Keywords. This is helpful for me. I'll put in a few keywords that are really the meat of the article, and I'll show you an example of that in a second. And then I add a notes section, and this is where things get really helpful. All right, and so what does this look like? What does a finished product look like? I'm glad you asked. Here we go. So this is snippets from my actual international security analytical research paper. So you see the template right here, which I would copy paste over and over again, and I just would replace that with actual information. And when you do that, it looks like this. And of course, this outline feature is what I talked about earlier, and this is what makes this very handy. So if you'll scroll down, you'll see each of these source, keywords, and notes, these bolded words showing up on the left-hand side. So the source, the keywords, and then the notes. So I can just pick any article here, and you're going to see the source, and then the keywords, and the notes. But what I'd like to show you first, that I should have talked about initially, is, here's our standard entry, right? We've got the citation right here, and then we've got the annotation right here. But the operationalized approach looks like this. So we've got if this was an article that I downloaded, like from a educational site where it's a PDF, I would download that and then upload it to Google Drive, and I would link it right here. But in this case, it's a news article, so I could just click the hyperlink anyways. But wanted to highlight why this looks different up here. The keywords right here that we talked about earlier are shown here. The annotation, no change there. But then the notes, when I take voice typing notes, again, previous video, all that stuff shows up down here. So this means that everything related to my research is in one spot. We're all right here. And then when I'm looking for that information, of course, becomes very easy across the 93 pages of notes. It's super easy to find that information just by using the left-hand side over here, or those voice bookmarks, again, that I talked about in the previous video. But here I am at some other additional entry here. Everything looks the same. You can see I've got some questions that I thought of while I was taking these notes. And then here's my summary with some highlights and some bolding for emphasis. And you can leave yourself little Easter eggs too, like perhaps this chart that I found is very handy to reference while I'm doing my research. I can zoom to that at any time just by clicking on that link over there. Anyways, I'm sure you get the picture. What I'd like to emphasize are just a few things and answer maybe some questions that you might have about how this is operationalized and hyper-organized, if you didn't kind of already pick up on that stuff. So if I operationalize the bibliography, it's all right here. Everything that I need is in this document. And what is it? Is the article summary or the annotation, the keywords that help me just kind of like gear into what was in that article in case the name isn't clear enough, and then notes, which are searchable and incredibly helpful, and the verbal bookmarks that I talked about in Voice Notes video 63 previously, that allows me to zoom right to ideas that I had that might support the arguments in my paper. Everything I need to write my paper exists in this document. All the notes are right here. And if they're not, they can be found from this document via those hyperlinks that I talked about as well. I'll just hit that one more time. So the hyperlink here, this is an article on Google Drive, or the hyperlink here if it is a research article published online. All right. Finally, how is this hyper-organized? Simply, it's the outline feature on the left-hand side. It keeps this document what I call navigable. As you saw when I do this, there's just tons and tons and tons of pages of notes. Instead, if you've got these bookmarks or chapters on the left-hand side, you can zoom right to where you're headed without a bunch of scrolling looking for that certain article that perhaps has the information you're looking for. All right, those book chapters on the left-hand side, keep it navigable and compressing potentially hundreds of pages of notes. And when I say hundreds of pages of notes, these notes only exist in this document if you're taking voice notes. If you're otherwise just highlighting articles, PDFs, and things like that, of course the notes wouldn't be in here. So that voice notes or voice dictation feature that I discussed previously, key to making this thing work. All right, back to the beginning. What do we talk about? What's the big idea here? This is simply a find it later system for writing a research paper. As Abraham Lincoln once wisely opined, give me 6 hours to chop down a tree and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. Spending just a few minutes to set up this template, this is what sharpens your axe. If you spend just a few extra minutes organizing your research capture tool on the front end, depending on how you look at it, you either avoid losing countless hours looking for information you know you have around here somewhere, or losing brilliant eureka moment, new ideas to the disorganized ether. Or more positively, by sharpening the axe, you're positioned to save time and save your great ideas. By combining your research notes with your annotated bibliography, you've operationalized it. By using the outline feature, you've hyper-organized this tool. Prove it, Josh. That's a good question. Well, all I can say is that using this method during my master's program here at the Naval War College, it just worked. My grades prove it. Check with me after June 16th and I'll let you know. And that'll be the proof in the pudding, as they so to speak. This video is for a friend just starting the Army War College. Joe and anyone else watching, I hope any of these techniques are as helpful to you as they were to me. Thank you for watching. Thanks for showing up for the know-how. Thanks for sticking around for the know-why. And check out my other videos to get more of each. If this video was helpful, I would ask you please like, subscribe, and share it with somebody else that might like it or use it. Remember, you can, of course, find me and this outline in the video's description down below. And if you leave questions, as always, I will leave answers. Thank you and have a great day.